皆さんこんにちは。小俣秀夫でございます。今回はですね、ポンペオ国務長官を取り上げてます。11月10日ですね、現地時間のに、記者との質問のやり取りがありまして、ネット上ではもう随分この話題出てますが、トランプ大統領が、バイデンに負けたっていうことを認めてないのはおかしいんじゃないかというような、質問があって、それに対するポンペオの受け答えがあるんですね。でそれをやはりですね、もうその直接本人の表情と言葉そのものを感じていただきたくて、そのまんま載せます。英語の字幕はついてます。日本語はついてません。時間に余裕があればこの後つけます。ですがなんか真意は十分伝わると思いますし、あとですね、この、ポンペオ氏の表情というか姿を見ているとですね、これは私だけだと思いますが、仏像に見えます。なんか大きななんか揺るがない、信念を持った仏像が喋っているかのように私には、見えます。まずですね、質問は大きく2つあって、政権の異常は政権異常が滞ると、国際的にまずいんじゃないかというような質問があって、それに対してポンペオ氏がいや政権移行は非常にスムーズにいってます、トランプの2期目に移行しますということを明確に言ってるんですね。で半ば記者が唖然とするような空気がその後漂うんですけれども、そのあたりのですね空気感とポンペオ氏の表情と言葉を、ぜひ見ていただきたいと思います。そしてもう一つ最後の方の、これは質問3つあってそのうち2つ目をカットしてます。なので1の質問と3の質問をつなげてあるんですが、この最後の、質問ですね。トランプ大統領が負けを認めないということは世界に悪影響を及ぼすんじゃないかみたいな質問があったときに、ポンペオ氏がですねridiculous っていう言葉を使って馬鹿げてるって言ってるんですよね。そんな質問は馬鹿げてると。でその ridiculous って言葉多分4回言ってると思うんですけれど、でもその後しっかり答えてるんですね。なんで馬鹿げた質問であるかというその理由は、アメリカというのは世界中でそういう不正な行為、不法な選挙、こういうものを見張っていると。でそれこそがアメリカの使命であるし、それこそがみんなが公務員たちが命を懸けて守ろうとしていることなんだと。でそれはこのアメリカ国内においても当然そうであるべきで、今、その作業をしていると。なので、その質問自体が馬鹿げているということを、言ってます。今回の動画はだいたいこんな内容なので、ぜひこの後直接見て聞いていただければと思いますが、前後してというかこの、多分少し前なんですが、アメリカの約束というスピーチ演説をポンペオ氏が行っていて、こちらにも非常に重要なメッセージがあります。これもこの後時間は前後しますが、皆様に共有したいとは思っております。それではぜひ今回の動画を、ご覧ください。ありがとうございます。
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome.
Is the State Department currently preparing to engage with the Biden transition team? And if not, at what point does a delay hamper a smooth transition or pose a risk to national security?
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right, we're ready. The world is watching what's taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly. The world should have every confidence that the transition necessary to make sure that the State Department is functional today, successful today, and successful with the president who's in office on January 20th, mid-afternoon, will also be successful. I went through a transition on the front, and I've been on the other side of this. I'm very confident that we will do all the things that are necessary to make sure that the government, the United States government, will continue to perform its national security function as we go forward.
So you believe there's widespread voter fraud, that the reports that we're getting from Pennsylvania, from Michigan, showing vote totals in massive leads or significant leads with 99% reporting are going to be overturned, and that the United States failed to conduct a fraudulent free election?
Rich, I'm the Secretary of State. I'm getting calls from all across the world. These people are watching our election. They understand that we have a legal process. They understand that this takes time, right? It took us 37 plus days in an election back in 2000. We conducted a successful transition then. I'm very confident that we will count, and we must count every legal vote. We must make sure that any vote that wasn't lawful ought not be counted. That dilutes your vote if it's done improperly. Got to get that right. When we get it right, we'll get it right. We're in good shape.
Should foreign leaders not be calling
We're good shape.
President-elect Biden?
It was next.
You said when the process is completed. So when are you?
Yeah, this is the third question. Just, ma'am, if you would. I came out here today and talked about important foreign policy issues. This is now the third question.
This is the most important thing that's happening in this country right now. I'm wondering.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and ask your question. I'll give my answer.
What kind of guidance are you giving to American diplomats on how to characterize the results of the presidential election? And also, this department frequently sends out statements encouraging free and fair elections abroad.
Yes.
And for the losers of those elections to accept the results, doesn't President Trump's refusal to concede discredit those efforts?
That's ridiculous, and you know it's ridiculous, and you asked it because it's ridiculous. Look, the truth. You asked the question, yes, ma'am. You asked the question. If you will permit me to answer it, you asked a question that is ridiculous. This department cares deeply to make sure that elections around the world are safe and secure and free and fair, and my officers risk their lives to ensure that that happens. They work diligently on that. We often encounter situations where it's not clear about a particular election. We work to uncover facts. We work to do discovery to learn whether, in fact, the outcome, the decision that was made reflected the will of the people. That's our responsibility. It's what we try to do along with partners all across the world, along with OSCE inspectors, to make sure that those elections were free and fair. We want every one of those votes to be counted in the same way that we have every expectation that every vote here in the United States will be counted too. It is totally appropriate. The United States has an election system that is laid out deeply in our Constitution, and we're going to make sure that we get that right. And we have, all of you have, and should be committed to making sure that that happens. I think every one of you wants that same outcome. You want every vote to be counted. You want to run the process. We want the law to be imposed in a way that reflects the reality of what took place. And that's what I think we're engaged in here in the United States, and is what we work on every place all across the world. Thank you all.
How are you advising diplomats overseas to refer to President-elect Joe Biden? Have you given State Department any guidance?